The Joe Rogan Experience.
I had Paulie Malignaggi. He was at my gym, and then he kind of knew. He goes, "Wait a minute! I just figured out who the fuck you are. You're the guy from The Hangover." Ah! He's freaking out. So I take that opportunity to ask him, like I'm just asking him, like some boxing questions. Next thing I know, he's giving me a boxing lesson. How fucking cool is that?
That is cool.
Paulie Malignaggi. Yes, it was 3 days ago.
Is he really going to do that bare knuckle boxing?
Sure is.
Artem
Sure
Lobov?
is. Yeah, and he's taking it personally.
Yeah, but man, you don't want to break your hands. You don't want to get your face cut up. Like,
Yeah.
Is he done fighting? Like boxing, he's like
all
36,
I know is he
right?
looked like he was in shape. He was
Yeah.
like, and he was giving people pointers. He seems, I listen to him a lot on, Showtime and stuff. He's cerebral as hell. I mean, he knows the game,
He's
man.
very smart guy.
Wow.
He doesn't get hit a lot.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
and you
he's-
think about a boxer that can talk as well as he can,
Oh,
and as
unbelievable.
articulate as he is, and
Yeah.
understand. I mean, if you watch the way he fights, like watch his fights with Adrian Broner, like he knew how to figure out the puzzle.
Yeah.
That's Broner's hand speed
Yeah.
and power punching, and he punches in volume. He's always in great
He
shape.
was showing me patterns, like just basic things that I was like, damn.
I really
like-
wanted to see the actual sparring match between him and Conor, because all the
Yeah.
UFC released is Conor
Yeah.
cracking him.
I know. It's a long one.
It had to be. There had to be some fun moments in that.
Yeah. Also, I think apparently Paulie got off a plane and then he wasn't even working out that much. And
He thought he was going to train with him.
Yeah.
He
And they
didn't
go,
know
we're
that-
going 6 rounds or something. He
and
was like,
filming it.
what?
And they're going to film it.
Yeah.
And then they use it as a promo.
Right. Like,
Look, people are ruthless, bro. The idea that they weren't going to use that is more ridiculous. Come on, who are you? You don't understand how this business works?
But he's a Brooklyn kid.
They're promoting a fight. He's a Brooklyn kid. He's a smart guy. Listen, they're promoting a fight that is going to generate hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. You think that they're going to spare your sensibilities?
Yeah.
They're going to spare your feelings and not show edited versions of you getting popped?
But my problem is, I have a problem with that all across the board.
Why?
Because I feel like when common decency, fair play, a contract and sort of a contract you enter, I'm coming out to help you out.
Yes.
And then what you're going to do is use me. Go fuck yourself. Like, it's not.
I believe they paid him.
I understand it's a business.
I believe they paid him.
I'm sure they did.
I believe he signed paperwork over.
Well, I'm sure they did, but that's a sneaky move.
It's sneaky.
And I have a problem with it.
Fuck yeah, it's
In
sneaky.
general, I just don't like justifying anything because it's going to be good promotion. I'm always uneasy. You know how people say, hey man, bad press, but you're talking about him. Yeah, but fuck off.
I completely agree with you. However, to play devil's advocate, if I'm Mr. Businessman, Mr. Moneybags, that shit just went in one ear and out the other. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a video of some shit that actually happened. If you hate the truth, because if you hate the truth, I can understand why you would want to show in that video.
Right.
But Conor did drop him. He did hit him with the left hand, and it's going to be a great fight. Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather.
And ironically, might have been good for Paulie in terms of it creating this fight with Art. I mean, it creates. You're talking about him.
Yeah.
Although I think Paulie Malignaggi stands on his own, not only as a boxer but as an announcer.
Yeah, I mean he's got a real name, and he's an excellent boxer. He's probably one of the better commentators in the game, if not the best.
Oh
He's
yeah,
very, very good.
100%.
Yeah, him and Andre Ward. Andre Ward's probably my favorite, and Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. is outstanding at it too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Andre Ward, just like
he's brilliant guy.
Just watching him like figure out Kovalev too.
And right, especially in the second fight.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and the fact that he dropped Kovalev with a body shot, and Kovalev said they didn't give him a chance and that they just stopped the fight, but it didn't look like he wanted to keep going.
I felt like that way with Amir Khan. Like, and people are like, "Oh, listen, man, Amir Khan has nothing to prove. He has an amazing record. He's fighting a genius in Crawford, and probably, and there's no shame in this. He was supposed to fight Kell Brooks, and he kind of went, you know what? This guy is he's time is on his side, and he's kind of figured this out. He's bigger, and he's gonna connect. He's gonna hit me and maybe hurt me here. I don't feel like doing this anymore. If that was the case, I forgive him for everything. It's like I thought it was a smart decision to find a. Maybe he was really hurt. He's a warrior. I'm not saying he's not, but
the Kell Brook fight would have actually got Amir Khan more money. It was actually
he wanted
a more
to test
valuable
himself.
fight, and he decided to take the fight against Crawford.
He's a real fighter.
If Crawford's not the best pound for pound fighter on earth, he's number 2. He's 1 or 2.
I want to see him with Earl Spence.
Well, Earl Spence is fantastic too, but I think the argument of pound for pound is Lomachenko and him. That's the argument. Those 2 guys are number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you think is number 1? I mean, I think
you're talking about Earl Spence. You're talking about Crawford.
Crawford.
I don't know if they fought.
Lomachenko.
I don't think Crawford's fought enough competition. Like when he fights Earl Spence, and I think that Lomachenko has probably had more fights than you can really get into this conversation because
he hasn't.
He beats
less
everybody,
fights, but he's had less fights.
Has he had less fights?
He won the world title with like 4 fights.
Yeah.
Or was it how many fights? It was like something ridiculous like that. I mean, he fought a world class fighter his first time out.
When I saw him fight Jorge, what was that amazing Mexican fighter or somewhere like that? Who was the guy he
Pull
fought?
up his record here.
13-1 and Crawford's 35-0.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big difference.
But boxing's tricky that way, right? So what's the level of competition as they bring you up slow?
Well, the difference is Lomachenko had an extensive amateur background internationally, fights, but so did Crawford. Crawford had a great amateur background too. Look, Crawford, the difference is Crawford's way bigger. That's the difference. If they were the same size, it would be really interesting to see what would happen. But Crawford's a lot bigger than him. He would. I mean, it's not a good fight.
No.
It's just.
But to watch him take Rigondeaux and all these amazing fighters.
Rigondeaux.
Rigondeaux? I thought it was Rigondeaux.
I don't think so.
Rigondeaux.
Yes, I think
the way you pronounce it in French is Rigondeaux.
Rigondeaux. But yeah, he dismantles people. His footwork is unparalleled. But Terrence Crawford, man, first of all, he's probably the best switch hitter ever next to Marvin Hagler. Yeah. He might be better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, he can fight.
How do you game plan for that?
He fights so good orthodox and then so good southpaw.
But to watch Linares, that's what Jorge Linares, I think, is a sick fighter. And to watch him, he knocked Lomachenko down. But then, again, like this guy figures you out. He goes, I know what you're doing now.
Yeah.
And then you're done.
Well, so does Crawford.
Yeah.
I mean, the best, I mean, that was Anderson Silva in his prime, too. He would just figure out your timing.
Yeah.
Figure out what you do, how you enter, where the gaps are, where the holes are. Okay, I see the key to the castle. Let's rock.
Right.
And then somewhere around the end of the first round, Anderson would start switching stances on you and fucking doing some Bruce Lee moves. And the next thing you know, he's got his foot in your face.
Yeah, that's right.
He just figures you out.
That's exactly right.
These guys are just the really elite of the elite fighters. They're just the best at solving the little riddle that is what your skills are.
Now, how do you solve the riddle that is Khabib Nurmagomedov?
That's a different riddle.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker's not on the outside boxing you. And he's
Connor for a while. Connor for a while, you know he's going to take you down. But what it looked like Connor for a while was isolating. He had 2 hands on that wrist. He was stopping him for a long time from closing his hands. And that seemed kind of effective for a while. I mean, good luck.
It's a long road. That's like saying you're running a marathon. Hey, he beat me in the marathon, but for the first 100 yards, I was way ahead.
I know.
That's what it's like saying.
It doesn't matter.
Because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But this is a 5-round fight. Like, okay, you're keeping me from grabbing my hands for now.
Right.
Are your hands tired yet?
Yeah.
How are your forearms?
No, I'm going to take you down. I'm taking you down.
He's just going to keep going.
He's going to take you down.
That guy's so relentless, and the skill level and the endurance level he has to pursue that pace for 5 rounds. Like, I don't think I even appreciate it. I mean, I can intellectualize it and I can describe it, but I think when you're in there with him, like when he fought Edson Barboza and he had Edson Barboza up against the cage.
Come on, buddy, it's mine. Give up.
Edson has this. No, that was against Michael Johnson.
Edson
has this 1,000-yard stare where he's getting mauled.
Yeah.
It's just like he's like breathing. He's like, oh fuck, like this is a different kind of human being. Those Russians that's a different kind of human being.
The Dagestanis.
So
and they grow up fighting
from time he's a baby.
Yes,
he's a savage.
Well, that culture, they suffered a great deal.
That's the look. He's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck did I sign up for? Just getting mauled.
And I love Khabib. Looks like his legs, his body looks like a guy you see at the pool. Kind of works out maybe a little. It just doesn't.
He looks pretty fit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, that guy looks fit. Barboza's really muscular.
Khabib's jacked, man.
Not
what are you talking
really.
about?
He just isn't.
Show a photo of Khabib like making like a most muscular pose or something.
Yeah.
So he's fucking pretty jacked.
He's just not though. He's just a freak. No, not compared to a lot of dudes.
Yeah, go down there. Look at that.
Because he's
Dude, what are you talking about? He's jacked.
But not,
He looks like a really strong grappler.
He's got a full fucking we know he is, but really, look at him like...
Shut your mouth.
Hey, it looks pretty good there.
Shut your dirty, lie-spilling mouth.
He's pretty good.
What about that one right there? How about that one? Cut the shit,
it's
bro.
not...
the shadows.
You're muscular. You look like that when you were
on
thinner.
TRT.
Yeah, but when you were younger, that's what you looked like.
It's basically the same. If I was in there, you would call it steroids.
You were always like that.
Yeah, I was always like that. Yeah, when I was
you might
young,
have been more
like
muscular actually when I first met you.
Yeah,
than that.
I didn't even take vitamins.
No, you were just
then.
jacked. I remember first time I was on Mad TV, you were jacked out of your mind.
Yeah,
and it was just because you lifted weights.
Well, that was when I was just getting into jiu-jitsu, so I really started lifting weights heavy because I was tired of getting mauled.
Yeah,
so I really got into lifting weights. I was like, I am weak. I'm like, because I'm used to striking. Striking is so different than grappling.
So different
in terms of the demands on your muscles and your fatigue.
Yeah,
it's so. But it works the other way too, because I remember I hadn't done any striking at all in like a year. Like I had done none, zero, just jiu-jitsu. And then my friend Jamie and I started doing. Jamie is a trainer, and we were doing this training session, and he had me hit mitts too, and like just hitting mitts for like a couple minutes, I was gassed out. I was like, how is this possible? I was like, I roll all the time. I'm in good shape right now.
Sparring's that way. When we get guys who are triathletes or whatever, and they come in, and Wayne McCulloch, shout out to the great Wayne McCulloch, my trainer who I love.
I love that guy.
He's the best. That's one of my favorite people in the world. Like whenever I see him, all is right in the world. He's just a humble man. Silver medalist in the Olympics, world champion, and nobody asks him questions in the gym. It's like you have this gold mine, this guy here who beat Morales, who fought Prince Nassim to the distance, and nobody knows it, and he never tells anybody. And I'll see these guys hitting, and I'm like, Wayne, why don't you tell them? And he goes, they don't ask me. I don't bother them. He's just the most humble dude in the world. Like it drives me fucking nuts. But anyway, we'll get like triathletes, people who are in really good shape. But if you're sparring and you're afraid to get hit, you stop breathing. And so in 3 minutes, in 2 minutes, I don't care how good a shape you're in. The minute you get punched once, you're like, It probably took me 3 years to get over that in a way, because I have no confidence as a boxer, and I shouldn't.